Hello, my name's Leonora, and today I have a book haul. The first book that I have to show you is The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende. I bought this book for a project, so I need to read it, write an essay on it, and I have started reading it, and so far it's a pretty interesting book. It follows the story of the Trueba family, and it's supposed to be magical realism. I still don't really know what that is, but I've heard that it's the sort of genre that you can't really define that easily. Anyway, I'm hoping that it's going to be really deep and give some insight into Chilean culture and the human condition, because that would really help me with my essay. The next book that I have is one that I have been really excited for quite some time, and I have already done a book review on this, and it is The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. It is the first book in the Trials of Apollo series, and it follows the story of the god Apollo, who has been made mortal by Zeus as punishment for his activities in Rick Riordan's Heroes of Olympus series. I really enjoyed this book. It lived up to all my expectations, and you should go check out my review if you want to know more about how I felt. Ooh, it has a pretty little A. That's nice. I love covers that have things on the inside. The next book that I have is another one that I was sort of anticipating. Not as much as the previous one, but I ended up adoring it, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now, this book, I was not expecting that much from. It follows the story of Farah after the first book in the trilogy, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it pretty much picks up a few months afterwards, and it follows her as she navigates her bargain with Rhysand, which I thought I was going to hate, but I ended up loving this book. So if you were on the fence about A Court of Thorns and Roses, this is the book that you want. You want this book. Plain cover. Oh well. That's why we have dust jackets. The next book that I have to show you is another one that I have already read, and it is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. And this book is just so beautiful underneath. Just look at that. Is that not gorgeous? The story follows two enchanters in the Tsar's Russia who are competing to be the Imperial Enchanter. It's a little like the Night Circus, except without the circus and with more obvious magic. I did enjoy this book, and all I can say about it is that after reading it, I need to go to St. Petersburg, ASAP. It's just so descriptive, and this book made me love it already. The next book that I have is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. This is a book that I was sort of interested in before it came out, and it's a lot smaller than I expected it would be. I'm not really sure what this book is about, but it seems to be about Western meets the Middle East. That's the vibe that I've gotten from all the descriptions that I've read. For some reason, the descriptions don't really seem to give me a clear picture of what's going on. Or maybe I just can't remember what they said. Oh, it's plain underneath. It has a really nice dust jacket. It's all pretty and shiny. I hope that this sells a lot of copies so that they don't need to change the cover style of this, because this is some A+ cover design. The next book that I have was actually a cover by, and it is Front Lines by Michael Grant. Oh, Michael Grant is the author of the Gone series, if you've heard of that. I haven't read it, but maybe you have. I saw this cover in chapters, and I was just there a war book about girls? I assumed it probably had to do with the Russian army, but it actually doesn't. It's an alternate history book about an alternate history where women fought in the front lines in World War II, and it follows 3 different characters. One of them is just sort of your girl next door, white middle class, all-American girl. One is an African-American girl, and one is a Jewish girl. So I think they're all going to provide 3 very different perspectives on the Second World War. And this also got really good reviews. I looked it up after I saw it in the store, and first of all, it's blurbed by Elizabeth Wayne, author of one of my all-time favorite books, codenamed Verity. And a lot of books have said that it really handles sexism and discrimination against people based on race-based stuff, anti-Semitism, really well. It's huge. I like huge books. I love them. Look, it's pretty underneath too. Right there's just a V of little planes. So maybe this book is gonna have to do more with flight. Who knows? It should be interesting. The next book that I have to show you is one that you've probably heard of a lot, and it is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I have been actively resisting buying this book for a very long time. I heard about it shortly after it came out when I was at Chapters, and somebody just sort of walked up to me who worked there and went, "I recommend that book. Everybody in this store has read it and loved it. You should read it." I was there like, oh wow, that's some pretty high praise. So I opened it up and I saw that it found footage. You know those books that are all made out of like diaries and letters? Like Dracula. And I'm usually not really a fan of that style, so I saw it and I went, how about I don't buy it? But I had a $10 gift card for Chapters that I got for free. So I just had an excuse to go in, and I thought, you know what, I've just heard such great things about this, I'm gonna get it anyway. And besides, it's gorgeous. I mean, look at this. It's so beautiful. I just hope that the insides will live up to the outsides. My final book I didn't actually buy, but I'm in the middle of reading it right now, and I'm going to do a book review on it. So I'm just going to show it to you, and that is The Duff by Cody Keplinger. I saw this movie a few months ago, and I really enjoyed it. So when I saw this book at the library, I thought, why don't I just pick it up? And so I did, and I will tell you all of my feels about it in a later book review. Oh my god. There are so many of them, look. I bought more books than I should have. They're taller than my head. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm super excited to read all of those books and to make book reviews about all of them. If any of you have read one of these books, what did you think about it? Did you like it? I'll see you next time.